Hello and welcome to the Boxing Officials Training Channel. This is Armando Garcia once again. Today, we're examining a case study that reminds us that even the most accomplished referees will eventually face a moment that tests mechanics. This is about professional development, though, not about blame. So, who is and who was the greatest referee of all time? Refereeing at the world championship level is demanding. Even the most accomplished referee will eventually face a moment that tests mechanics. The true measurement follows, performance afterwards. This referee has handled more championship fights than most of us ever will. That's why this case is so valuable. So to answer the question, all referees are great until they err. Before we analyze the outcome, we study the mechanics. As you watch, observe movement and positioning. Notice distance from the action. Watch separation mechanics. Listen for verbal command usage. Be aware of crowd influence and anticipation. There are over 12,000 people at this fight. Ask yourself, how do these habits influence what follows? All right, let's watch the video now.
Controversial referee, the third man, and here we go. Lapel for round one, and Tyson comes right out with a straight left.
Orlin's a great defensive fighter, good offensive fighter as well. Not with the power of Mike, but he's probably a little quicker, very sneaky, good movement, and he's used to going the distance, Steve. He can go and do the 10 rounds, no problem.
Norris heavily muscled, not quite as defined and carved as Tyson. They're not used to being on the same eye level as each other.
Both are heavily muscled and the same muscle type.
Good left hook to the belly by Mike Tyson right there.
Tyson going to the body.
This is going to be something new. Mike's used to springing up into big men. Now he has a short man the same size right in front of him.
Great.
Notice right there, Orlin Norris also grabbed Mike's left arm on the inside and walked him counterclockwise away from that left hook.
At least Mike is trying to jab more than he did in the other fights. They've trained him to come in with a jab. Well, he's coming in with a jab.
And Norris boxing, throwing the jab, and Tyson holds.
Norris very cool. He's not at all upset. He's just boxing like he always has.
Not at all intimidated by the moment.
Not at all.
Heavy right hands, a series of rights to the head and body by Mike Tyson, getting a roar from the crowd. Here's that jab of Norris again.
Orlin still hasn't stopped and picked his spot. He's looking for the spot to get that pound of flesh. He's got to hit Mike and sting him a little so he can get some respect. Then he can implement his game plan much easier.
Norris's best weapon, the double left hook. There's a straight left hand there by Mike Tyson, and then he follows it up with a combination and a right uppercut.
Orlin's very hard to hit clean. Keeps his hands high and tight, rolls, uses his shoulders to roll with the punches and block them. If Mike is not in condition to go good 10 rounds at good pace, could be interesting after we get past 5 and 6.
Orlin's one of these kind of guys that's fought everybody. He's not intimidated at all. I mean, he's doing this just like if he was fighting anybody else for the championship. I don't know what I see in Tyson yet. He's coming in with a jab. It looks like he's not bending from the waist enough. He's certainly not moving his head enough. He's still standing straight up. See, he's not bending over like he used to and coil and spring.
Punch and get out of there. Great, step back to me.
Norris, a consummate defensive fighter, good boxer, counter puncher.
Oh man, don't tell me we're starting that.
Getting cautioned by Richard Steele as we head for the bell.
That was a punch while they were talking.
Oh, great!
Oh, and he hits him after the bell, and Norris goes down, and here we go again.
Referee mechanics are interconnected. Dressing room instructions establish expectations. Positioning maintains control. Separation reinforces authority. Escalation ensures compliance. When one link weakens, the entire chain is affected. Dressing room instructions create structure. They are preventative, not ceremonial. Instructions like protect yourself at all times, respond immediately to verbal commands, self-separate, and so forth. Clear instruction like this reduces corrective enforcement later. Clinching is not the same as holding. Holding is a foul. Brief clinching for reset is not a foul. The difference is defined by action and time. Anticipate the bell. No punches after the bell. Be aware of the 10-second warning. Again, clear instruction reduces chaos later. Now we examine the pattern. Multiple clinches, holding, predominantly physical separations. Few verbal commands were given and followed by separation. In this case, verbal authority did not consistently precede physical intervention. At the bell, positioning was distant in a loud arena. The action that led to the issue, a punch after the bell being ruled accidental, led to a 2-point deduction, again, after the bell was announced. This creates a dilemma. If the round ended, what round receives the deduction? We never got to that in this case, but that is a big dilemma. Competition period boundaries matter. Enforcement must occur within the proper competition period, not after the bell rings. But this was not about one punch. It was about accumulated habits, repeated physical breaks, reduced verbal authority, distance at the bell, lack of anticipation, enforcement outside the competition period. Small mechanical habits build toward major moments. Refereeing at this level is demanding, to say the least. No referee is immune from scrutiny. We are in the public arena. Great referees are not defined by perfection. They need a high batting average. They are defined by adjustment. They refine their mechanics, and essentially they evolve. Did the referee improve after this bout? Yes. Clearer verbal separation became more consistent in later performance, which was obvious to me. Verbal authority preceded physical intervention more deliberately, continually. That is what you call development. Did I learn from this bout? Absolutely. In my dressing room instructions, I became clearer, especially regarding verbal commands and expected responses. If I give a command, you follow it immediately. You only stop if I say stop or time. If I issue a verbal command, do not pause. Do not look at me. Protect yourself. Continue fighting. Obey the command. Self-separate when instructed. Don't wait for me to pull you apart. When those expectations are not reinforced in the dressing room, mechanical breakdowns tend to develop in the ring. That is the lesson. Use your voice first. Preserve authority. Allow opportunity for compliance. Escalate progressively. Stay close at the bell in loud venues. Enforce competition period boundaries. Dressing room instructions, again, are preventative. Every bout is a classroom. Every referee continues to develop. You must continue to develop. Mechanics begin before the first exchange. Authority is established early. Escalation must be disciplined. Competition boundaries must be protected. Clear dressing room instructions, again, prevent mechanical breakdowns. Professional standards are built on mechanics. Mechanics begin before the first exchange. Authority must be established early. Escalation must be disciplined. Clear dressing room instructions prevent mechanical breakdown before it starts. That is the bottom line. In the next video, we will examine professional dressing room instructions in great detail, how they are structured, how they are delivered, and how they shape enforcement in the ring. And we'll have something more as well. This is where professional control as a referee begins. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you at the next video.